First and 12. A weekly roundup of America's most competitive football conference, the Big 12. Your hosts are Mitch Harper and Alex Kirry.
Welcome on in, everybody. It's another edition of First and 12 right here on KSL News Radio. Alex Kirry, Mitch Harper, thanks for being with us on the program this evening. So many things going on in this Big 12, this crazy Big 12 that we've gotten to know so well over the past few years, Mitch, as we've done this program. So let's get things going here. We've got ourselves a handful of things to discuss because you have a lot of games staring you in the face here. And you could get shocked by every single one of them. It's the week ahead here in the Big 12.
The week ahead. Matchups that have us the most excited about the week to come in the Big 12.
And the action begins on Friday. There's only 5 games on the slate this week. A lot of byes around the conference, but it starts on Friday night, and Houston goes to UCF, 6 p.m. on FS1. The Cougs are looking to bounce back. Knights are looking to bounce back as well at home. They've been really good in those home spots this year. Should be a fun, kind of pesky Friday night football matchup. I'm looking forward to this one.
I thought this was going to fall in the camp of you sickos who want to tune in on a Friday night to watch Houston go to
I'm in
Orlando.
For this one.
Absolutely. I mean, are you kidding? Like those Friday night games on FS1, I'm all about them, man. So then things get kicked off officially on Saturday early.
Here we go.
Now, you were talking about Mark Rhodes, who's the committee chair? Yeah, he's the committee chair this year. Mac Rhodes, the committee chair for the college football playoff. And he was doing the whole back and forth in the question and answer session. And Mac Rhodes at the very end, I know you saw this because he kind of just threw it in there as like a little kind of a throwaway. But take what you will out of it. He said, because he was talking about Texas Tech and Behren Morton, and we talked about it right before we went to break. It was the Arizona State win. And we talk about quality wins, but we also talk about quality losses. That was the exact quote. But then he ended his quote with this. But Texas Tech, just a really, really good football team. This is verbatim, by the way.
Yeah.
Quote, look, we tried to help ESPN out with their ratings, getting BYU and Texas Tech together with Game Day in Lubbock. So enjoy that.
So that is such a bad quote in written form.
It's terrible because it's just like this whole no, look, here's what we took into account. And then they go, hey, ESPN. And I know he's probably saying it a little bit tongue-in-cheek, a little bit kind of trying to joke a little bit, but
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt when I hear the audio, but the transcript is awful.
It looks bad. It sounds like the guy is throwing a bone to this little measly conference over here, like, hey, you're welcome for this first week, but enjoy it because one of those teams is going to lose, and I can't wait to bounce them the heck out of the rankings the next week. Isn't that what it felt like a little bit? So enjoy that. That's what he said. That's how he ended his dadgum press conference. So enjoy that. It made it sound like it was so petty, but maybe that's just me reading into it with my own Big 12 insecurities. So there you go.
Yeah, that was quite a quote, if you will, from Mac Rhodes, who, he loves the Big 12. He's a Baylor man. He's probably the ace in the whole AD in the Big 12, but still. He's probably a little bit of jealousy, too, that his program is nowhere close to that. So enjoy that, guys. You enjoy that because it's not going to hold up much longer. So get the Big 12 money worthwhile. That $2.5 billion that you're paying to get the Big 12 ESPN, you're going to enjoy it with this weekend, which I do think this BYU-Texas Tech game, which now pairs number 7 BYU versus number 8 Texas Tech, 10 a.m. on ABC. I think it's a huge opportunity for the conference to really showcase the style of play in this league where you've got 2 physical football teams. It's no longer just, the high-scoring games. Patrick Mahomes is expected to be there, and when you think of him and Texas Tech, you think of those, video game numbers that he had against teams like Baker Mayfield and Oklahoma back in the day. Now, these are 2 physical football teams that have no problem playing in a low-scoring game if needed. Now, I don't think it's going to be low-scoring, but I just think this is going to be a really fun football game, and hopefully it's one that goes down to the wire and it becomes an instant classic. And if it does, that's great for the Big 12 because if that happened, maybe it could be a situation where it positions both teams to control their destiny to get to the playoff.
It's interesting you brought that up because a close game actually is exactly what they need, regardless of however this one goes. If you're looking at trying to be able, because they make that part of the conversation.
Make the call in Irving. Make the call in Irving.
Hey, get this one close. I want something into an overtime. But I don't want a kicker to decide it. We don't need that for the conference. No, that was I really do think. I mean, they said it. Look, close games matter, and so a blowout you don't need. You know what I mean? And so your team will take a massive hit if you get blown out on either side of this thing in either direction. And if you get blown out enough, like they'll look at it and go, well, I don't know. Utah didn't get. What did Utah do against BYU? What did Utah do against Texas Tech? Which by the end of that game, that looked like a blowout. So, but again, early in the season too. So it matters when you lose games and how you lose them. That's really what it comes down to. And you could go undefeated the first 8 or 9 games. You lose 1 or 2 toward the end. You get looked at a lot different in the hallways at the College Football Playoff Committee ranking days. So next up, of course, that's the big one for the week. But Colorado goes to West Virginia. That's also going to be a 10 a.m. game on TNT.
You're only going to be watching that game if you have YouTube TV. That's the only way you're watching that game. Oh, so you're just
relegated to, hey, Dad, turn on the Texas Tech. Oh, no. They're still disputing. The mouse can't figure it out with YouTube TV. We got to watch West Virginia and Colorado. See what this kid out of Carrollton, Georgia has for us. This Juju Lewis guy. I've heard a lot about him. No thanks. Next up, Kansas going to Arizona. This has become an intriguing game, I think, from the Arizona side of things because you get this sort of Jekyll and Hyde thing with Arizona this year. Brent Brennan's got a really talented quarterback. Noah Fafita gets forgotten a lot because they lost those 2 close games. It was BYU one week, and then what was it the week right after? Where they were both just heartbreaker losses for them, and then just people start to forget about you. And I think they're playing pretty decent football in Kansas. They're in a really weird spot, so we'll see how that one goes as well.
Noah Fafita's third in Big 12 play in passing yards. He's been excellent this year. So the Fafita that we remember 2 years ago when Arizona felt like they were near the top of the college football world, he's returning to that. It's just, Arizona hasn't got anywhere close to the national spotlight, so it's kind of getting tuned out a little bit. But he's been really good, and he's still only a junior. So if he, if they finish strong, maybe can build some momentum going into next year potentially, because that guy's been wined and dined in the portal or been flirted with the portal for it feels like multiple years now, but he's still in Tucson. So this could be a big stretch run for Arizona looking ahead to the future, too, for that program. And then also at 1:30, we're going to have an early night in the Big 12. There's no late-night action. Everything gets done after the 1:30 games. Iowa State at TCU, 1:30 p.m. on Fox. That's a good game. Yeah. Iowa State looking to avoid a 5-game losing streak, while TCU just quietly 6-2. 2 losses in league play, but they get this one, they could be 7-2 going to Provo and have a chance to maybe be knocking on the door of the top 25. It's a big game here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, look, if you're into again getting those games in early, look at that, Mitch. We're gonna have a Saturday evening. What are we gonna do? Do I call you? I don't know what happens. Like, do we go get an early lunch or an early get an early dinner in at the old? I guess you'll be making your way back from Lubbock, so we'll
yes, I will be. I'll be enjoying the fine festivities in Lubbock, but teams that will also be enjoying their weekend, the byes. 6 teams on bye. That's got to be some conference record. Let's put that in a press release.
Yeah, and not only that, it's because of the way the calendar works out, and you've got 2 bye weeks for everybody this year, and 3 for a couple of them. Arizona State out, Baylor out, Cincinnati out, Kansas State out, Oklahoma State out, Utah all sitting out. All those teams, by the way, and anybody this time of year, they need these bye weeks, man, to get right. So many injuries across the board, and so many big names that aren't going to be even playing the rest of the year, but so many that need to get back for these last 3 or 4 games of the season as well. We'll take another break here. We'll come back for our final segment, which is we're going to throw down some of our own predictions here, and I dare say that we probably won't agree on all of them. So how these games are going to shake out in the Big 12 this weekend, stay with us right here. It's First and 12 on KSL News Radio. Mitch Harper and Alex Kirry.